Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Let's listen to a story about Amina and her twin sister and learn about the importance of patience and prayer. One day, Grandpa gave Amina and her sister each a small box and asked them to open it. Inside each box was a seed. Amina's sister asked, "Grandpa, what is this?" Grandpa said, "When I was 8 years old, my father gave me a mango seed and told me to take care of it and grow it into a tree. Now you both are 8 years old too, so these mango seeds are for you." Amina asked, "Do you mean that the super big mango tree in the garden is the same one you planted when you were 8 years old?" Grandpa said, "Yes, that tree has grown strong, Alhamdulillah." Amina and her sister both said, "Wow, Grandpa, that is wonderful." Grandpa smiled and said, "Now it is your turn. Take good care of these seeds. Plant them in the ground, water them, and show patience. With hard work and care, they will grow into big mango trees in about 7 years, inshallah." Amna looked at Grandpa and said, "Grandpa, what is patience?" Grandpa smiled and said, "Patience means waiting nicely for something you really want and trusting that Allah will help you." Amna and her sister were so excited. They followed Grandpa to the garden. They dug the 2 little holes in the soft soil, ready to plant their special seeds. Together, they planted their seeds and watered them with care. Every day, after praying Salat al-Fajr, Amina and her sister went to the garden with Grandpa to water their seeds and see how they were growing. Thinking time. Do you know what Salat al-Fajr is? It is one of the 5 daily prayers. Muslims pray 5 times every day. Each prayer has a special name and time. The first prayer is Fajr. It is prayed early in the morning before the sun rises. The second prayer is Zuhr. It is prayed after the sun begins to move down from the highest point in the sky. The third prayer is Asr. It is prayed in the late afternoon. The fourth prayer is Maghrib. It is prayed just after sunsets. The fifth prayer is Isha. It is prayed at night. Now let's see what happens next in the story. But after 1 whole month of going to the garden every day to water their seeds, nothing had grown. Amna's sister got sad and said, "I came every day, but nothing happened. I'm tired of waiting. I'm not going to take care of the seed anymore." Amna said, "We need to show patience. The seeds will grow soon, inshallah." But her sister did not listen. She turned around and went back home feeling upset. Amna felt sad, but she decided to take care of her sister's seed too. So every morning, she went to the garden with Grandpa to water both seeds and look for signs of growth. Slowly, the seeds began to sprout and grow bigger each day. The seeds kept growing and growing and growing. Days turned into months, and months turned into years. Time passed. 7 years had gone by. Amna's sister had forgotten all about the little seed Grandpa gave her, but Amna still remembered. Amna had spent all these years with Grandpa, watering the seeds, checking on them, and waiting patiently. Now the trees were big and strong, with sweet, ripe mangoes hanging from their branches. Amna and Grandpa had planned a little surprise. They would bring her sister to the garden to pick fresh mangoes together and show her how the tiny seed she once planted had grown into a big, beautiful tree. But that night, a big storm came with heavy rain and strong winds. Many trees all over the town fell down. It was raining heavily, so Amna couldn't go outside to check if the two trees were safe. She felt worried and said to Grandpa, "It's raining and I can't protect the trees. What if our trees fall too? What about all our hard work?" Grandpa gently said, "Dear Amna, pray Salatul Isha and make dua for help. Allah will protect the trees and He will reward you for your hard work and patience." Amna agreed with Grandpa. She went to pray Salatul Isha and made a heartfelt dua asking Allah to protect the trees. The next morning, after praying Salat al-Fajr, Grandpa and Amina decided to go check on the trees. On their way, they saw many trees had fallen, but Amna kept hope in her heart. She trusted Allah and didn't feel afraid. When they reached the garden, she saw the mango trees were standing tall and strong, full of ripe, juicy mangoes. Amna and Grandpa smiled with joy. Amna said, "Alhamdulillah, look, Grandpa, the trees survived the storm." Grandpa replied, "Yes, they did. Allah protected the trees." The next day, once the roads were cleared and the broken trees were taken away, Grandpa and Amina brought her sister to the garden. Grandpa smiled and said to Amna's sister, "Remember the little seed you once planted? Look at what it has become." Amna's sister gasped, staring at the tall mango trees, and said, "Subhanallah, I can't believe it. They are so big now." Grandpa smiled and said, Yes, my dear, with patience and prayer, even the tiniest seeds can grow into something amazing. Amna added, we took care of them every day. We wanted to surprise you. Amna's sister said, thank you so much for taking care of my seed, Grandpa and Amna, and I'm sorry for not helping earlier. I feel really sad that I missed out on being a part of something so amazing. I wish I had stayed and shown patience. Grandpa reached into his bag and pulled out a box. Handing it to her, he said with a gentle laugh, we all get second chances. Want to try again? Curious, she opened the box. Inside was a mango seed. She looked at Grandpa and said with a big smile, yes, I am ready. They all laughed together, picked fresh mangoes, and enjoyed the sweetness that comes from patience, prayer, and forgiveness. And that is the end of the story.